I'm very late to this. This was said before the Olympics started, got full and running. But we all know a couple weeks ago, Joel Embiid called himself the GOAT, or he would be the GOAT, if he never had his injuries. And I'm sitting here thinking in my head, like, what are you talking about, my guy? What are you talking about? When it comes to top 10 centers in the league, he ain't in it. I don't think without the injuries, he wouldn't be in it. And the injuries are self-inflicted if you think about it. Now, look at Joel Embiid's weight right quick. Cameroonian French American athlete. Which one is it? But anyways, you look at nationalities from 3 different countries. You look at Joel Embiid's weight, 280. And I'm going to compare him to another center that came from Africa too. But Hakeem the Dream. Hakeem's weight during his playing time was 255. What I'm trying to say is, Joel Embiid is too heavy for what he needs to do on the court, and it always leads to injuries. Too much just weight on his joints and ligaments and tendons to the point when it collapses on him and he tears something, he hurts something, sprains something. Part of the reason why he can't stay on the court. Now, if he didn't have those injuries, let's say he was around 260, loses 20 pounds of weight, then just maybe. But here's the thing about Joel Embiid, like similar to all the rest of these players. Similar to all these players that he's playing with now, they have a weak mindset. They don't have that dog in them. Hakeem had that dog in him. Joel Embiid does not. The thing about players today, they talk way too much. They talk more than what they can do. Yes, Joel Embiid can get in the regular season and score 70. What's his career high? Like 60, 70 points or something like that? He scored like 50 points in a playoff game this past year against the New York Knicks. Now he's saying he's supposedly been diagnosed with Bell palsy and dealing with migraines and blurred vision. I don't know about that, but it's just something missing with him, and I think it's the mindset. I don't think he's there mentally. Yes, he averaged 30 points in the 21-22 season, averaged 33.1 in his MVP season. I think those were leading the league too. And he averaged 34 this past season in points. Sure, he's averaging a double-double for most of his career too, because he had 11. I don't think he... Well, he'd average... Yeah, he probably will average a double-double for his career. Because right now, as it stands, out of the 433 games, he averaging 27.9 points and 11 rebounds for his career. But last year, he had 34 out of 39 games while shooting career highs for the 38% this past year. And in the playoffs, it just drops down, of course. But everybody's always going to drop down. This past year, in 6 games, he averaged 33 points. That's a career high for him. And he still averages a double-double in the playoffs. No. Even if injuries, I don't think he'd be there. Now, as a top 10 center, maybe? Let's see. Maybe, if he didn't have the injuries. Just maybe. But I still think Jokic is above him. Simply because, of course, Jokic has won a ring and won the NBA Finals and led his team to finals. But Jokic can keep himself on the court. Jokic realized, I think it was right before the bubble, or during the bubble, that he had to lose weight because Jokic was kind of on the chubby side back then too. And as soon as he lost some of that weight, that's when he really started to ascend to what he is now. Now, I do think Jokic, at the end of the day, despite me ranking him 11 and top 25 players since the 2000s, I think Jokic, when it's all said and done, will be among the top 10 centers of all time. He's going to knock out somebody. I don't know who it's going to be. It also depends on how many rings Jokic wins. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like that's going to happen because they lost too much on their team. But you can't call yourself the GOAT, Joel Embiid, if you're sitting on the bench looking sad. Well, I can't say he's looking sad, but you're just sitting on the bench looking goofy. If you was a GOAT center, your ass would be out there over Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo. But you're not. Because you're not anywhere close to being a GOAT. So there's that. And I was going to make a silly remark, but I ain't going to do it. I am not going to say it. I want to say it, but I ain't going to say it. So I did a silly remark saying that LeBron's Kamala. No, I'm not even going to go there because I don't have people on mad. No, I definitely don't say it. I made a joke a couple of days ago about Kamala Harris being black. I said she's just as black as LeBron is the GOAT. But I was going to say something else when it comes to Joel Embiid, but I ain't going to say it. I'm going to be nice today. But anyways, yeah, this whole GOAT thing with Joel Embiid, he's crazy. In delusional. I had to agree with sports and fitness rants. It's quite embarrassing how my peers, Joel Embiid is technically a peer. He's around the same age as I am. I think I'm 4 years old, but around the same age. Even LeBron, even though he's 6 years older than me. But the young dudes these days, anywhere from, I guess you can count LeBron, 84 to, I stop at 95. Because that's a different generation now. That's Generation Z. But these dudes, man, millennials, man, that play basketball, and even they're too boastful. Way too boastful. Declaring themselves whatever. You got Dwayne Wade sitting over here talking about, no, it wasn't for injury to me. I'll be the GOAT before Jordan. No, you would not. No, you would not. And then you got LeBron comes to, oh, that series made me the GOAT. We talk about 2016 NBA Finals. No, you're not the GOAT. You look stupid in 2011. The NBA Finals in 2011. You got outplayed by J.J. Barea and Jason Terry and Deshaun Stevenson. Shut your ass up. I'm getting sick and tired of these guys saying they're the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT. None of you close. Ain't none of I said this before. I'm sorry for going off a tangent. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. There's no one playing in today's league that's a top 10 NBA player of all time. There's none. Finito. There's none. In that talk. None of you are there. No KD. No LeBron. No Steph, no Giannis, no Joel Embiid, no Paul George, no Kawhi, no Anthony Davis. None of these dudes are in the top 10. You're not. With the exception of probably Giannis. That it ain't a lot of people out of name. The rest of y'all played on super teams and failed. Okay. Golden State Warriors did win 2. What I meant to say, you played on super teams. That's my point. Ain't none of y'all played with at least yourself and maybe an all-star and a bunch of supporting cast that knew they roles and played it. All y'all clicked up, linked up, and decided to play with each other and diminish the sport of basketball and diminish the league. And made it watered down. And there was a new hope when it came to Giannis going out there and basically saying what I just said. He played with an all-star, maybe 2 all-stars, and a bunch of good role players, and they got their ring. Same thing with Nikola Jokic. But now we got these superstars that they want to call themselves the GOAT, but they got to click up and link up with each other to beat other people. And then end up getting beat by a lesser team, a supposed lesser team. Make it make sense. And that's why most people can only consider Jordan, maybe Kareem, maybe Wilt, even Bird, maybe even Magic being the GOAT. After that, there's no one else. There's no one else. Those are the people that I can normally consider the GOAT. Maybe Kobe. But I don't think Kobe's not the GOAT. Top 10 player of all time. Second best shooting guard, but he ain't the GOAT. I know some people do think of him the GOAT, but I don't think so. He's not the GOAT over Jordan. No sirree. But anyways, that's my video about Joel Embiid. I forgot to do this, and then I've seen him sitting down on the bench. I don't even think he played a game against South Sudan. I think that might have been the game. It's just like, if you're the GOAT, man, you call yourself the GOAT. You're supposed to go out there dominating right now in the Olympics, but you ain't doing that right now. And you're not even in shape. That's another problem. You gotta get in shape, man. You're never in shape. You always look big out there, man. Shut your ass up.